This
What is it recording or not?
this conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So yesterday we have practiced some few Git commands. So I'm going to ask some few questions related to that. I have created few files, and once after creating, I'm able. If I do the Git status, I'm able to see that the files are under red color. What does that mean? Hmm?
We didn't push the code.
No, I just created the files, but I haven't added them to the Git. But if I do the Git status, I'm able to see that those files are in red color. That means it is tracked or untracked. So those files are untracked. Now I want to make them tracked. What I need to do? Huh? Git add followed by the dot or the file name. If you mention the dot, yeah, correct. Git add and then you need to git commit it. And then how do I find the commit IDs? Write the how do I find the commit IDs? By using which command I can find the commit IDs? Git log. By using git log command, you will be able to find the commit IDs. Okay. So let me show you the page. So in this page, you are able to see all the commands here. Okay. What is clone? Copy to where?
Local system.
To local system. It is called clone. Clone means nothing but it's a copy. What is push?
Pushing the our code to the Git from our local system.
If you want to push the code changes from your local system to the remote, then it is push. What is pull? So getting the changes from the remote to the local is called push.
Local system.
Okay. So now I'll show you one scenario. So these three are the files like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. And if I just go there and let me just refresh it, I'm able to see the three files here. Okay. Now I'm going to add one file in the remote repository here. So go to add file and then create a new file. The file name is called, so I'm going to keep it as Warangal. I don't want to write any information. I directly want to commit the file. So each and every time I commit, it is going to generate one commit ID. So this is the commit ID just now. Okay. How many files I have in my remote? 4. How many files I have in my local? 3, right? If I do the git pull, directly it will get the changes or not? It will pull all the changes from the remote to the local, right? If I do the git pull. Right now, do this. Git pull. If you do this, what it does, whatever it is going to compare your local with the remote, and if there are any new files in the remote, those changes are going to be cloned into your local. Now, if you see this, I'm able to see Warangal here. So by using pull, I'm able to get all the changes. Now I have a scenario. In the remote file, I'm going to add a new file called Nizamba. Okay, commit the file. I committed it. How many files do I have? 5 files. How many files you have in your local? Now, if I do the git pull, directly it is going to pull all the changes. I don't want to pull it. I just want to compare. I just want to know how many files are added. Understood. If I do the git pull directly, it is going to pull all the changes without asking, do you want to pull the change or not? I don't want to pull them. I just want to know how many files are there in the remote when compared with my local. అండర్స్టూడ్. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు పుల్ చేస్తే డైరెక్ట్గా మొత్తం వచ్చేస్తాయి. నాకు అలా రాకూడదు. ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ వాట్ ఫైల్స్ ఆర్ యాడెడ్ రీసెంట్లీ. So there is a command for it. I want you guys to search for it. If even if you are not able to do that, let me know. I'll explain you on Monday. So that is one command that I want you guys to search for it. Okay. Now let's go to the top 20 Git commands, and let me show you this. So I'm just pulling with all the changes. Okay, I have all these. All the files when you compare with my local and remote, everything is even. All the files are same. Let me just clear this. Okay, I'm going to create a one file called Kochi. I just created Kochi. Okay, I have. Did I add this to the Git? No, right? So what is the color it is going to show me? Red or green? Whether Git is tracking the file, the Kochi file is it tracking? Do this. It's not tracking. Now I want to add this file. Git add dot, and see this once it is added, you are able to see that the file is added. If I just commit it and push it, this file will go to the remote. That means GitHub it will go. Now unknowingly I just added this Kochi file. I want to get it back again. That means I don't want to track it. I want to make this as untracked only. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. With the help of a command called git reset, so whatever the files that you have added to the git, you can make them as untracked again. I just did reset, right? Look for the status. So git reset is the command to make the tracked file to untracked file. Okay, I have one more scenario. I'm going to, so right now I have this file, right? If I do the status, I'm able to see Kochi is a file that is not tracked. I want to add this file. I added it. If I just do git commit, then this file will be saved, and then it is going to push. If I do the push, it is going to the repository. But I have a requirement. So let's see the status first. I have this file and it is added to the git. I have a requirement. I'm just writing some code in this Kochi file. So my manager immediately what he said was, "Do not work on the Kochi file. So whatever you have done, save this and keep it somewhere else. Save the changes and keep it somewhere else. If I do the commit and push, this file will go to the server or remote repository. I don't want to send this file. I just want to save this file somewhere else." My manager said, "Don't work on this Kochi file as of now. Just keep your changes in a separate location. And we have one more file called Hyderabad. Work on that and send it to the repository." So whatever the changes that I have till now, I want to save them, right? So in that case, I am going to use a command called stash. Stash is called as temporary storage. If you want to keep the tracked files in a temporary location, then git stash and then save. So the saved working directory and index with WIP on main. Okay. When I did the status and I'm able to see the Kochi file that is tracked. And after that, I just stored this Kochi file in a temporary location called save. If I do the git status, now it is going to show me or not. No, right? So you took the file and kept it in the stash. See the see the message. Nothing to commit. Working tree is clean. So how did I save that? Git stash save. Okay. Once you have tracked the file and you don't want to commit the changes. If you want to store them in a temporary location, then stash is a temporary location for you. Okay. Now, whatever the files that I want to create now, I can create it and I can send it. So let's consider I want to create a file. The file name is called Madurai. Let's keep it as Madurai. Now I will add this file to like I will add this file to Git. I added. See the status. Only Madurai file was there. This thing was not there, right? Kochi file, because we stored that in a temporary storage. If I do the commit and push, how many files it is going to push? Two or one? Only one, because this is the only file that you are making, that you are using now. That Kochi file, you what you have done was you just stored in a temporary location. So Git is just going to ignore that. Now I have this file, right, called Madurai. If I want to commit and if I want to push, I can do that. But as of now, I'm not committing and pushing it. So whatever the file, that Kochi file I have stored earlier in the stash, I want to get it back again. I want to get that back again. So git stash, for saving what I have used, save. I want to get that back again, right? It's pop. Git stash pop. See that Madurai file also, that Kochi file also got restored. Now I want to commit these two files. Git commit -m. So whatever the message that you want to write, and commit it. And then if you want to push it, you can do the push. Understood? So like this, you can use a temporary stash as a temporary storage. And what are the commands for stash? Git stash save, git stash pop. Whatever I stored in the stash, I want to delete that. Git stash drop. To delete it, git stash drop. So go back to the documentation, and here you will be able to see stash, right? So let's go down. We will be able to see that. This command temporarily stores all the modified tracked files. Tracked files means added files to the Git. So this is going to save all of them. Once it is saved, I want to retrieve them back again. Git stash pop. I want to list out how many files I have stored. Git stash list. I want to delete the saved files in the stash. Git stash drop. So these are the four stash commands. It will be very easy if you practice it. Okay. Till this point, if I were whatever I want to store, I have stored it. And if you see, I have also done git reset. But what I have done git reset, once added to the git, I want to make them as untracked again. So you have done git reset, followed by a specific file or a number of files. Okay. Now we'll see some more commands. I have given you an Excel sheet. I have given you an original Excel sheet. I want you to modify something. Will you directly going to disturb the original file, or you will make a copy of it and do your trial things there, and then finally implement the same thing in the original file, right? Understood? నేను మీకు ఒక ఒరిజినల్ ఫైల్ ఇచ్చాను. ఒరిజినల్ ఫైల్ ఇస్తే డైరెక్ట్గా ఒరిజినల్ ఫైల్లోనే మీరు చేంజెస్ చేసేస్తారా? చేయరు. అది వర్క్ అవుతుందో లేదో తెలియక ఏం చేస్తారంటే, అలాంటిది ఇంకొక కాపీ తీసుకుంటారు. ఆ కాపీ మీద మీ ట్రయల్స్ అన్నీ వేస్తారు. So you will take a copy of the same file and you are going to make some few trials on that. If everything is working there, then what will you do? The same things you will implement in the main file, right? Like the same way, whatever the application that you are working, there will be one original code. If any new person comes, what they need to do? They need to take a copy of the original code, and if they want to implement any new feature in that, they need to take a copy of from the main. They need to take a copy from the original code, and they need to write the changes. Once they write the changes, finally what they need to do? They need to merge the changes. When you know about merge, right? What is merge? Combining. So they need to combine the changes from their branch to the original branch. This is concept is called branching. Okay. If you see GitHub, whenever I created this project repository called Kia, by default I am able to see this main from the start. From the starting onwards, I am able to see. This is called as branch. Main is the default branch. Whenever you create a repository, by default it is going to create a branch called main branch. So whatever I am storing here, I am storing everything under main branch. If there is any new requirement, what I will do is I will take a copy of this branch, I will write some of my code, and then finally I will merge the changes into main branch. Why we are doing this? Why cannot we make the changes in the original main file itself? I will tell you. Even if you change the original file, original code, again we will be able to restore, right? Because Git supports restoring to the earlier changes or reverting back. All these things we can do. Then why we are not making the changes in the main branch? So there is a process for it. I will tell you. In future, I am going to create n number of pipelines. In n number of pipelines, all my pipelines are going to work mainly on main branch. So if anybody changes code in the main branch, immediately my pipeline will run. So like that, let's consider there are 10 developers who are trying to directly change the main branch itself. So that means not only this, there are other points also. But as of now, just consider this. In the main, we will be having the original code of your application. If somebody recently joins, or if there are any newcomers, directly nobody should going to make the changes in the main branch. Why? Because in the main branch we will use the original code. If you want to write the code, take a copy of the main branch and keep it your name and make the changes. And once the changes are okay, merge the code changes from your branch to this branch. Okay, now we will see some few branchings. So first we will see from the user interface, and once if you are okay with that, then we will go to the command prompt, like git bash commands. So this is the branch, right? This is the main branch. How many files I have? 337. Okay, 7 files I have. There is a new developer who wants to work on this Kia project, and main is the original branch. He want to write some contribute some code. So what he will do is he will create a new branch. That means he want to create some new features for the application. So he is just going to create it as future and just create the future branch. From where do I need to take the code? Main branch. So just create the branch and you are able to see future here. And if you see in future also I have all the same files from the main branch. Now whatever I want to write, I will write it in the future branch. So just I want to add a new file called Mumbai. I want to create a new file called Mumbai in future branch and commit the file. Same name already exists. Okay, I'll write maybe Mumbai. Okay, so in real time, you should not maintain spaces for the file names. Instead of space, keep it as underscore or keep it as hyphen. In real time, nobody maintains the file names with spaces. So Navy underscore Mumbai and just commit the file. So if you see here, future had recent pushes less than a minute ago. How does that know? How does it know that somebody changed something in the future branch? So it is always trying to compare from the main branch to the future branch. If somebody changes something in the future branch, it is going to compare with the main branch and it is going to say that somebody changed something in the future branch. So that is what the message here it is. Okay. And I was saying that make your changes in the future branch and then finally you need to merge it, right? To merge it, what we need to do is compare and pull request. Compare and pull request. It is going to compare main branch with the future branch, and if there are any changes, then it will merge. So right now see this. In future branch, I have Navy Mumbai is the file. Let's go to main branch. Do we have the Navy Mumbai here? No. Now what I want to do is I want to merge the changes. So for that you need to do is you can go from here or from here also you can go. Both are pull request only. I'll go from here. Okay. Now I want to create a new pull request. So this is by default it is going to show you, but I don't want to go with this. In the next I will go with this. Create a new pull request. What is pull request? Pull the changes. That is what called as merge. Okay. I want to compare the base branch with the which branch? Future branch. So whatever I have in the future branch, merge that with the main branch. Okay. How many commits you have done when compared with the main branch to the future branch? One commit. That is the new file. And you are able to see the file here. One change. And what is the file name? Navi Mumbai. And it is comparing, right? When compared with the main and future, it is showing you clearly one commit was there when compared with the main, and one file is changed. And who is the contributor? There is one contributor for this file. Okay, just what you need to do is create the pull request. And if you want to write any custom message, you can write the message. I'm not writing anything. So just create the pull request. So wherever you see green, go with that and see this. Match the pull request. Confirm, merge. Pull request successfully merged and closed, right? So that means the merging is completed. How can you verify? Go to your repository, go to the main branch, and you are able to see the Navy Mumbai file here. Like this, in the real time, there will be not only one file, there will be hundreds and hundreds of files. So you cannot directly merge one file, right? So each and every time they make the changes, they make the changes in the future branch, and then finally they merge it into the main branch. Okay. Now what I will do is I just want to show you one more time. I'll go to the future branch. So in the Navi Mumbai, here is there any information in the file? No, it's an empty file. Like the same, we have an empty file in main branch also. I want to modify some information into the Navi Mumbai file. I'm saying that welcome to Navy Mumbai. I have written some file in this and then committing the changes. In which branch I am committing? Future branch. Is it a new file or the old file? Old file. If I merge the changes from future branch to the main branch, whether this code will be available in the main branch or not. See this. So this is, let's consider this as a code. So in the Navy Mumbai file, I just added this text. Now in the future branch, I'm able to see this information. Go to main branch. Are you able to see the information for this file? No. Okay. So when compared with the main branch, in future branch, some changes are there. I want to do the pull request. Go to pull request. I want to create a new pull request. And I want to merge the change, compare the base with future branch. So in the arrow mark, you can see clearly, merge the changes from future into main. And you can see that clearly somebody has added or modified something, you can see, updated. Earlier it was created, now it is updated. And you can see this is the green color. That means something is added into this file. You can see the plus symbol also. So that means somebody added something here. Now I'm fine with it. Just want to create the pull request. Updated Navi Mumbai. This is the commit message. If you want to write any comment, you can write the comment. I don't want to write anything. So create the pull request and checking for ability to merge automatically. And once it is done, the branch has no conflict with the base branch. So that means there is no conflict. You can directly merge the pull request. What is a conflict? I will tell you. You and me both are working on the same file. Let's consider during morning 9 a.m. we have both have cloned the repository. During 10 a.m. person A has pushed the changes. When okay, I will explain it this way. Now we have completed this pull request, right? Now go back to the repository, and in the main branch you are able to see that updated Navi Mumbai. Am I going to get the information here or not? Welcome to Mumbai. Is it going to show or not? See, not only a new file, even if there is a old file, that changes are also going to be matched. Now what I'll do is, in the I randomly kept Navi Mumbai. It is not Navi Mumbai. It is something else called India. So if I want, so that means it is a code change, right? Where I need to make the code change, main branch or feature branch. So again, I'll go to the feature branch and I'm going to modify this file. Instead of Navi Mumbai, I'm going to keep it as India and just confirm the changes. So in the future branch I am able to say welcome India. Now if I create the pull request and merge it into the main branch, under this file in main branch, what is the information I can see? Welcome to India or welcome to Navi Mumbai? You are saying Navi in
Having
the
Mumbai.
main. See, in future branch, for the Navi Mumbai file, I have added this information. If I merge the pull request, what happens? This file, this information is going to be replaced with the earlier one. Okay, do this.
Yes.
Create a pull request and see the information. Create a pull request. I want to compare with the future branch. And if you see, earlier it was Navi Mumbai. Now what is going to be replaced? India is going to be replaced. Okay, create the pull request and create the pull request. And once it is done, it is going to check whether we will be able to merge it or not. So there is no conflict. Merge the pull request. I will explain you about what is conflict later. So it is merged. Now go back to the repository again. And in the main branch, if you open the Navi Mumbai file, you are able to see welcome to India. I want to find out what has been modified in this particular Navi Mumbai file. Go to history of the file. See, first it was created, Navi Mumbai was created, and somebody later updated it. What they updated? Open this. So first they have written Navi Mumbai, and after that what they have modified. So click on this commit. Earlier it was Navi Mumbai, so somebody removed it and they kept it as India right now. You are able to get it right. So it is tracking each and every code changes. So in real time there will be 10,000 lines or 5,000 lines. Is it easy for you to keep memorize all the changes? No, right? So if somebody changes in the fifth line, eighth line, 120 line, 1000 line, it will be difficult for you to understand if you directly want to go through all those. So that's why we use this version control system to track all the code changes. So it is going to track what was there earlier and what is there right now. Okay. Now till this point it is fine. If you want to revert it back to the earlier changes, that is a different concept. But meanwhile, you need to practice this. Then only you will understand what is reverting. Okay, I am able to create the branches and I am able to merge the code changes from one branch to another branch. How I am merging? By creating a pull request. As of now, we have seen through only user interface. So let's go with the command prompt. Okay, so let me clear the screen. If you see here how many files I have, these files, and after this somebody has modified something in the remote, right? I want to get all those changes into my local first. Git pull, it is going to get all the changes. So it is going to get all the changes from the remote to your local. Now the question is whether you have received all the branches or not. So as of now, earlier how many branches are there with you? Only one branch, that is main branch. And before cloning I just modified something here and I have done some changes and I have merged also. All these things that is done. To get all the changes into your local, you have done pull, right? This is fine. The next thing is I want to see the number of branches first. So git branch commands will start with git branch, branching commands will start with git branch. So first, do the git branch. You will be able to see the number of branches available for your repository. As of now, if you see, it is showing only main. But how many branches we have? Main and feature, right? Why it is not showing the feature branch? I will tell you. Git branch will only show you the number of branches in the local. But if you do git branch hyphen a, it is going to show you the remote branches also. Wherever you see remote, that means in the remote repository we have feature branch and main branch. Okay, so this is an interview question. If I do git branch, I am not able to see the number of original branches. So at that time what I need to do is git branch hyphen a. It is going to show you the remote branches also. Okay, I am able to see the remote branches. Now I am in which branch? If you see here, right now I am in main branch. I want to move to feature branch. How can I move? So git checkout. To which branch you want to go? Feature. Switch it to a new branch called feature branch. Okay. And see the files here. I have all the files, whatever I have in the main branch. Now I am in which branch? Feature branch. Now I want to create some files in the feature branch. So touch, and I'm going to keep it as SR, like Amir paid. This is a file that I'm just trying to create it right now. I just created in which branch? Feature branch. And I'm going to add this file. Add it. And then I'm going to commit this file. Some message. Once after the commit, now what I want to do is, if I do the git push, to which branch it will go, that is a different point. I want to merge the changes from future branch to the main branch, right? To merge the changes, you need to use merge, git merge. Which branch you want to merge? No, no. Future branch code, you want to merge it into main branch. So that's why if you do future, what happens? See this. It shows everything is up to date because you are sitting in the future branch and you are trying to merge the same branch. Understood? So for that purpose, when you want to merge the code from one branch to another branch, check out from that branch and then merge the branch to whatever the branch that you want to merge. Now I want to merge the code to main branch. So now I should be in main branch, right? So how can you navigate from one branch to another branch? Check out. To which branch I want to go? Right now I am in the main branch. I want to merge the code of git merge future branch. What I created in future branch, Amir Pet, right? See, merge branch future. And this is some message. If you want to store the same message, so click on escape colon WQ. Just save and quit. It says that it is done. Now do the ls. I'm able to see it in main branch also, right? In main branch, I'm able to see the Amir Pet file. Understood or it is getting difficult? So first, let me explain you the same things. I want to, so git branch commands will start with git branch. I want to know how many branches are there. Git branch. I'm able to see the two branches. I want to check out from this branch and check in into this branch. So right now I'm in which branch? Here the star indicates that you are in that correct branch. Git check out to which branch I want to go? Feature. I went into the feature. Here I will create a file. The file name is called touch Kukatpalli. I have just written some random names. I created it. I want to add it. In where? Which branch? Feature branch itself. And then I committed it. Some random name. After some time, I want to merge the changes from feature branch to main branch. If you are sitting in the same branch and trying to merge the same branch, what it shows is everything is up to date, already up to date. So I want to merge it into which branch? Main branch. So go to that branch first. Hit checkout to the main branch. I checked out to the main branch. Right now I'm in main branch. Which branch I want to merge? Feature branch. Git merge feature. And it is going to see if you want to write some custom message, you can write it by going into insert mode, and whatever you want to write, you can write it here. So if you go here, some message, and then if you want to store this, store it and do the ls here. I am able to see cooked file. So that means the merging is done. Now if you see, after cloning, I pulled it. I pulled the changes. After once the pulling is done, I just added some more new files, right? I want to push the changes. To which branch? Feature branch. Git push. See, I want to push the changes to the main branch only. I'm in which branch? Main branch. If you do the git push, directly it is going to push the changes to the main branch. But there might be a situation where you want to push the code changes to only future branch. At that time, what we will do? If I do git push, so you might get an idea saying that now you are sitting inside the main branch and here itself you pushed it. So that means it will push to main branch only. Now you will get one idea saying that you go to check future branch and from there try to push it. Let's see. Hit checkout future branch. Switch it to a future branch, right? From here, try to do the push. As of now, any new files are added? No, nothing is there new. If you try to do the git push, see what happens. It tried to push it. Here you can see future to future, and here you can see main to main. So that means the main branch code from this local is pushed into the main repository, main branch in remote repository. Here also you can see the future branch in your local pushed into the future repository. Okay. Now I am inside the feature branch only. I am going to create one more file called ABC. I'll add it. I'll add this file and then I'll commit the file. And then I want to push it into the future branch only. Now, right now I'm in which branch? Future branch. So clearly it shows that it has pushed to future. Now go back to the repository and refresh. So in the Kia repository, go to your future branch and you can see ABC here. Do we have the same file in the master branch, main branch? No, ABC is not there. So from my local, I created one file in future branch and I pushed the same file to the future branch in the repository. Now can I use the pull request here in the user interface to merge the changes from future branch to the main branch? Yes. How many changes it will show? One file or two files? One file. Yes. So I want to compare with future. And I'm able to see that one commit and one file is there. What is the file? It's an empty file. Okay, so let me just create the pull request and create the pull request and checking for the ability to merge automatically and merge the pull request. Finally, you will be able to see ABC file there in the main branch. You go to Kia and in the main branch you are able to see ABC file. This is fine. Till this point it is fine. My next thought was we have a Kia project. You and me both cloned the same repository at 9 a.m. Okay. You have four files, I have four files. During 9:30, what I have done was I added one file to the repository and I pushed it. Okay. Do you have that file within you? With you? No, right? I just added and pushed it 9:30 to the remote repository. And what you have done was you have created two files and you are trying to push it. Is it going to accept or not? No, right? How? Why no? Because whatever the new changes that are there in the remote repository, those changes are not there with you. And again, you are trying to push. So there, what happens was merge conflict happens. You are trying to push the changes, but already there are some other changes when compared with your local system. So it won't directly push. So first, what it will ask you first pull the changes and then push it. Till this point, it is fine because these are new files, so that's why it is fine. If we both are working on the same file, let's consider a scenario. We have this root. This is the same file. We just cloned it. What you are doing was you just removed this and you pushed it. And what the other person was able to, so we both cloned the same file at 9 a.m. When I before When we just cloned it, we have the complete information here. After some time, what you have done was you just removed this and sent it to the repository. What the other person has done is he just removed all these lines and he is trying to send it. Now, what Git will understand which changes I need to keep? It doesn't know whether I need to take the second person changes or I need to take the first person changes. So that time the conflict is going to happen. How can we resolve those conflicts? Those are called as merge conflicts. How can we resolve those merge conflicts? That is a complete different point. So now you understood, right, why we get merge conflicts? If not only a single file, if your changes are not, if the new changes are not there in your local system and you are trying to push that, then what happens was there will be a merge conflict. It won't allow you to push the changes. I will show you. So just don't save this. So here I have a repository called Kia, and let's consider take a future branch, and in the future branch I'm going to add a new file. Before adding the file, I'll do one thing. I'll just pull all the changes. Hit pull. Okay, I pulled everything, and then I will add a new file by using user interface to the future branch. The future branch, I can call it as something like BBBB, for like 5Bs. It's the file name. Commit this. Once I committed it, I'm not going to pull it. If I pull it, I will get the new file, but I'm not going to pull it. What I will do is I will create one more file name with called CCCC. Now I'm going to add this into my local system and then commit this. Now, if I do the git push, is it going to work or not? What do you think? It won't work, right? Is it going to work or not? It won't work. Why? No. In the repository, you have a file called BBBB. Whether that file is there in your local system? Not there. And you created a new file called CCCC, and you are trying to push it and see the error. What happens? It failed to push some references to this GitHub because updates were rejected because the remote contains the work that you do not have locally. In the remote, there are some changes, the changes you do not have in your local system. At that time, what I need to do? Okay, I'll do the git pull. First, I will get all the changes. After getting the changes, I'm going to push it. Now see whether the CCCC file will be available in the future branch or not. See, BBBB is a different file. CCCC is a different file. So that's why we are able to push the files and I'm able to see the changes. What if we both are working on the same file? Understood? So this concept we'll see on Monday because you need to practice it to understand. If you practice it from by like tomorrow and day after tomorrow, then you will be able to understand about the reverting back, all the changes, what is the merge conflict, all this. So try to practice till this point. If you guys have any questions,